ועכשיו נעבור לראיון מאוד מיוחד. נס דיילי, או בשמו המקורי נוסן יאסין, הגיע מהעיר הצפונית עראבה, והפך לכוכב הרשת הבינלאומי הכי גדול שצמח בישראל. לפני שנדבר איתו בשידור חי, נראה את אחד מתוך מאות, אם לא עשרות אלפי, אם לא מאות אלפי קטעים. תסתכלו.
The first 18 years of my life, I spent them in Israel, the country where the majority of people are Jewish. But I am not. That's why I grew up with zero Jewish friends my whole life. Zero. Because we live next to each other, but not with each other. And as soon as I left Israel, things changed. I started making Jewish friends, first at college, then at work, then everywhere around the world. Even as far away as here in Australia, I'm befriending Jews. Stop stealing slang from New Zealand. Celebrating Shabbat with them and even dating one of them. While back in Israel, we would barely say hi to each other. This experience made me realize that when you live outside of the conflict, any conflict, you'll see that there is more that brings us together than tears us apart. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Nas!
Losy!
Wow!
How are you?
All good, all good. Nas, first of all, I will say to our viewers that your Arabic is okay, your Hebrew is נוס.
שלי בסדר, כי אפשר לדבר בעברית.
אפשר?
אבל הבעיה, השאלות שלך יהיו מורכבות. בגלל זה אני צריך את האנגלית.
So, do you want me to make it like less complicated and let's talk English? It will be better for you?
No, make it complicated questions and let's do it English, if it's okay.
We will do it in
If it's
English. And I will just say to our viewers, אני רק אגיד לכם שאנחנו כמובן נעלה את הראיון הזה מתורגם, אנחנו רוצים לתפוס, פשוט רצינו לתפוס אותו, ונס כרגע נמצא במלדיבים. שנייה, okay, can you tell me how is the Maldives right now in this season with the COVID-19 epidemic?
It's empty. It's empty, but it's the
wanna
same nature.
curse you.
So it's very,
I
very
swear to
beautiful.
God, I want to curse you. But I'm not going to do that, though we're on social media.
You can do it.
So
How are
tell
you?
me, I'm good. So tell me, how are you? It's a crazy time for you, I believe, to make some videos around the world, if you're able to travel around the world.
So you would be surprised. So the minute Dubai opened up, I went to Dubai to make videos. And now it's in the middle of the Emirates, the UAE, it's like normal life. In the Maldives, they opened up last week, so I'm here to make videos. I think Israel is going to open up next week, so maybe I'll come back. I think Sri Lanka is going to open up soon. So, you know, countries slowly open up, and the minute they allow me, I go and I start making videos. Because no one wants to see videos like here, doing nothing, you know?
So just explain to me, how does it work? Because now if we're, for example, here in Israel, want to travel, we have to enter to quarantine. How about you? Are you, every single time that you're traveling, you're entering quarantine for 2 weeks?
Only when I go home to Singapore. רק בסינגפור שאני גר, אני חייב כאילו להיכנס ל-14 ימים quarantine. But when the country opens up, like Maldives, no quarantine. You enter, no quarantine, and you leave, no quarantine. And the idea behind it is, look, you know, you're still very careful. I've had 5 COVID tests in this nose, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's terrible. But, you know, it's a small cost price to pay because I want to make videos that reach millions of people. So it's okay if I have a COVID test. It's not a big deal. And it's okay about all the hassle. The only thing that matters is videos.
So, you know, I think that the next question that I should ask you is, what is the difference between doing a video before the epidemic and after the epidemic?
So I think well, you know, it's a new world, but the only thing it meant is that now there is more people watching videos on the internet. There is more people watching you. There is more people watching me because they're not partying at a club anymore.
Yeah.
They're just stuck at home watching Facebook and YouTube. So in a way, because you're in media, I think it's good for media because we get more exposure. So for us, when COVID happened and lockdown started to happen, you see the viewership has started to go up and up and up and up. because there's nothing else to do but to watch Nas Daily or Netflix or whatever. But when it comes to like the economy or politics, that's a whole different question.
How do you see it from your point of view? How did politics change throughout this time? How did people change throughout this time?
Yeah.
It's a crazy time. You spend I think you're, I cannot say mature life. You're only 34. You're 34 or 35. I don't see it on your shirt.
No, that's 36%. I'm 28
36?
years.
You're already 36? Oh
No,
my
I'm
God.
28. I'm 28. But I'm 36% done with life.
Okay, you're 28. Oh, I even hate you more. It's just really, you're not supposed to do everything that you're
Lucy,
doing in the last 28
I'm planning
years.
to die by 40, so let me enjoy my life. I have 12 years left.
Okay, so really explain to me, how do you see it? Like, how did it change before and after? How did politics change? How did people change?
So look, from what I see, and I could be wrong, and I don't think this is a positive answer, I think you'll see a lot more big government. Big government is going to be the future. It's not this whole libertarian or freedom, do whatever you want. Like, there's no turning back. When there's a pandemic, you don't go and ask Microsoft to help you. You don't ask Facebook to help you.
Of course.
You ask your government to help you. And so when they stepped in so much, they stepped in our lives, it's hard to step back. So once you have a cake, you don't want to give it back. So I think there'll be a lot more authoritative governments. There'll be a lot more big governments. There's going to be a lot more social welfare. Some of it is good, but I think some of it is bad. So I think we need to learn how to build a good government. It's a lot more important going forward than ever before, because it's about life and death, more than ever.
Yeah, just before we're going to one of our viewers that want to ask you a question, I would like to ask you, you're covering a lot of inequality around the world. Do you see an increase with inequality in the last few months?
Lucy, and I don't think I lost any money from COVID, and I'm not sure if you lost any money from COVID.
I did.
But I think you did. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But if you're in the right industry, you're only getting richer, and and if you're in the wrong industry, you're going to get poorer. The problem is, poor people are in the wrong industry. They're not in tech. They're not in auto driving cars. They're not in artificial intelligence. They're in the hospitality industry. And so just by nature of who gets how much money, poor people are the first to lose their job. And it makes me so sad, because I can live for 5 years without working, but a poor person can only live for 1 month without working. So when you make a lockdown for 2 months, what the hell is going to happen to that guy? And so this really, really made me think a lot in the last few months. The income inequality is just going to go like bananas. Mm-hmm. It's going to be crazy. I don't know how to fix it. If you know how to fix it, Lucy, let me know.
If I knew how to fix it, I would have been a millionaire or a billionaire right now, believe me, or the Prime Minister of Israel, which
should be.
Which I think that will never happen. But
why wouldn't it happen? Why? Do you have to be Jewish?
Well, Nas, me and you are from the same sector of the Israeli society. I should not tell you that it will take a long, long time until an Arab woman, Muslim woman, will be the Prime Minister of Israel. Maybe the president, but not the Prime Minister.
You have my vote.
So first of all, I want to go to our viewers. One of our viewers wanted to ask you a question. So now we're going to hear the question from Tel Aviv. From Tel Aviv. Her name is Tel Aviv. So listen.
Oh, really?
Hey, Nas.
Yeah.
My name is Tel Aviv, and my question is, in the past, you spoke about the lack of efficiency of democracy and your interest in different approaches. Could you please specify what you mean by that? Isn't switching to a different system too dangerous?
Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful t-shirt she's wearing.
Yeah, I wonder who created that t-shirt, who's making these t-shirts,
So look, it's a very complicated question. I don't know how much time I have to answer.
You have.
Spend a whole day. Look, I think in the last 10 years, something crazy happened. People like me can have more followers than Al Jazeera. I'm from a village in Arabi next to Carmiel.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That never existed 10 years ago. So any kid in a village these days in the future can become their own media channel and do whatever they want. That's good. It's helping me. But there's also can be scary when it comes to fake news. That's one. Two, I think if I want to, because I'm a media channel at this point, if I want to get you angry, I can easily do that. I can go make a video saying, look at the Jews, look at what they're doing, or look at the Arabs, look at what they're doing. And being a populist is becoming very, very easy. And so I think you don't want a pilot that promises you a business class. You want a pilot that promises you that they know how to fix problems. And most problems in the world are very complicated. You have to understand computers. You have to understand AI. You have to understand technology. And so the people that understand this stuff are normally not very good at being populist. So essentially what you're getting in the system, which I don't get it, we need to elect the smartest people to be in office, not the best speakers. And you see it in Israel. The Minister of Health doesn't understand health. How did that end up happening? We need the best person that understands health, the doctors to be in the Ministry of Health. We want the smart people to be the Prime Minister. And so if you let an average Joe decide who gets to be a Minister of Health or who gets to be Prime Minister, you're going to end up with an inefficient system. That's just my opinion. Do I want dictatorship? No. But I think you should look at places like Singapore, where if you want to be a minister, you don't just land in the job just because someone likes you. That's ridiculous. And I also think, not everybody should be able to, look, I love democracy. It's the best system so far, but I think it can be better.
So let's see another one of your videos. Amen to every single word that you said. I want to show another one of your videos. Let's see.
My people have a lot of stereotypes and many of them are true. We do have a problem with women treatment. We do have a problem with tolerance. We do have a problem with endless wars. But we do not have a problem with generosity, because no one else would host a guest in their own home for 3 days without question. There are many more stereotypes about us that need to be broken. This is why you need to come visit. Come visit. Come visit. You will be safe, full, and satisfied.
Come visit. Where can I visit you? Because from what I see, I cannot visit you in every single place in the world. It's kind of a problem.
You got to work on your passport. Look, this is a problem that you and I have, Losy.
Let's talk about your passport. You have an Israeli passport or you have another passport?
I have an Israeli passport.
You have only an Israeli passport?
Yeah.
So how do you travel to all these places?
It's a powerful passport. You can go to like 150 countries without something.
To some, it's not that powerful,
It depends on the country. But that's for a different conversation. Look, the problem that you have, Lucy, is that Jews don't go to your village. I don't know if you lived in an Arab village.
In Nazareth? In Nazareth? I don't know. It depends which village.
In Arabi.
For your village, yeah.
Where's your village? Nazareth. You're fine.
My parents is Nazareth, but I grew up in Dimona, which, it's a very, very small city in the south of Israel that, according to foreign press, we have a certain facility that we're not supposed to talk about.
That's the one. But I live in Arabi, which has no facilities. The thing is, Jews are too scared to come visit us. And the problem is, I think more Jews in Israel or around the world need to understand that, we love guests, Hatim al-Ta'i, Karam Hatim al-Ta'i and all that stuff. We're not as scary as some media channels tend to make us look like. Definitely, we are very intolerant. Definitely, we treat women not in the best way, but we are definitely very generous to guests. And I think more Jews need to understand that in Israel, and more Westerners need to also understand that. We like people, you know? That's at least my opinion. I don't know if you like people, Lucy, but I like people.
I like people. This is one of my problems, that I love people. I love people too much sometimes. But I totally agree with you. One last question I want to ask you. Of course, we're talking a lot about leadership, and we're talking about leaders, and you said that we need to find the people who are suitable for each position in Israel or in any government. And I want to ask you if you feel the same way that I feel, that we're living in an era of more of a CEOs and not leaders. Because if we're looking at history, we used to see a lot of leaders. We read about a lot of leaders. But what we're watching now is a lot of CEOs that are managing the status quo, managing the volatile status quo, but are not leading their people anywhere.
Ooh. So what should I answer?
I don't know.
I mean, look.
I wonder if you feel the same way from all the places that you've been traveling in.
Yeah. So look, so now I'm a CEO of my own company. And as I look at CEOs, I'm like, my opinion is I feel like CEOs can be good. Like look at the companies, Facebook, Apple, and Microsoft. The economy of these three companies is bigger than most countries in the world. They're running countries. They're not running companies. They're running a country. The CEO, board of directors, subordinates, they're dictators. It's not a democracy. And it's working for a company structure, and it gives you health benefits. It gives you paid leave. You know, so it kind of looks after your life. Work begins your life, and that's a country that they've built based on one CEO. So I feel like we need to run countries like companies. Look at Hong Kong. They have a CEO. They don't have a leader. They have a CEO. I think maybe I have a different opinion. Because when you have leaders, like people who just talk, the problem is they can talk and do nothing. So a leader is just a populist person who just makes you love them for no reason. We need people that actually do, and they're not worried about some bad comments on the internet or whatever.
Yeah. It's complicated.
Part of me thinks, how is it that the top people in Israel and the top people in the US and everywhere, like out of 7 billion people, these are the two people that we find, like Joe Biden and Trump. Like, it's crazy. Like, we just need to, like, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to get in trouble. But
you might
Lucy,
you might find yourself not entering the United States very soon. Why? Why, Nas? Why?
The future is Asia. Lucy, the future is Asia. It's the Middle East, it's Israel, it's Bangladesh, it's India, it's Singapore, it's China. I live in Singapore. I'm starting an office in Dubai, and I have family in Israel. That is the future. It's not London and it's not America anymore.
I will be more specific. Nas, you are the future. Youngsters like you are the futures. You make me, as an Arab, as a Muslim, as an Israeli citizen, so proud. I watch you and I see everything. I see your girlfriend there just pass through the camera. Hi, it's good to see you.
Originally, her dad is from Shoam.
She's originally from Shoam.
Her dad, yeah.
Her dad. So, like I said, I'm so proud of every single thing that you're doing, and I'm so proud that you're Arab, that you're Israeli, that you're Palestinian, that you're everything, that you're a citizen of this world, and I'm so glad that I'm sharing this world with you. Thank you so much. Nas, toda rabba.
Lucy, as I said before, you're getting my vote. I can't wait to see you in the government. Toda rabba, and I hope to see you soon.
I hope to see you very soon. תודה רבה על השיחה הזאת. איזה כיף היה לדבר איתך. ניסינו להשיג אותך. And I'm going to... I hate you that you're right now in the Maldives. I hate you.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know. I've been there a year ago.
Oh,
Have
nice.
a great time. Have a great time and take
You
care.
too. Bye-bye.
دير بالك على حالك وما حكيناش حتى بالعربي. انت اكيد ناس العربي بس بهمش زي ما انا ناسيتها شوي.
نسيتهاش بس هاي الأسئلة معقدة بدها الأجوبة بالكلمات بالإنجليزي.
أو
هاي
إذا
بس هي
أنا وياك إذا
نشوف.
بدنا نبلش نجاوب بالإنجليزي أو بالعربي على السؤالات معقدة مش رايحين نطلع منها. يسلموا إيديك حبيبي، يسلموا إيديك.
باي باي، مع السلامة.
باي، مع السلامة.